up and running here. I think we're good. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Okay, gotta get rid of that delay, by the way. There we go. That's better. So here we are. It's D-Day. We finally have Beryl on its way. It's gonna be very close as to whether or not this ends up making hurricane or not before landfall. I still think it does. I don't know if it makes it 85 miles an hour like forecasted, but on satellite it did look like it was ramping up pretty quickly here. So we're gonna hang around all the way up till landfall and see what happens next, and then probably do periodic coverage throughout the day. Not too sure if I'm gonna be able to pull off a 12 or 13 hour stream. I've kind of had to be on standby and be relief for people lately due to family members' recent vehicle troubles. So just on standby because one of them is of age, so to speak, or they're up there in age, so to speak. I'm not going to give away their age particularly, but just in case of an emergency, I'm always on standby. In any case, though, quickly gotten 10 likes. Greatly appreciate you guys already. It seems like it's going to be a pretty long night over here for the Texas coast. There was a tornado warning that was issued just before I went live here. We can anticipate a few more of those as we continue to go forward. This being the U.S. landfall, we can actually cover that without issue. Whereas if we were out of country, it's a little bit more difficult. Like I said, weather infrastructure over towards other countries in comparison to the U.S., it's a bit different. Not everybody even implements tornado warnings. Sounds crazy, right? We also have storm chasers that are in the area. A lot of these guys are offline right now. They're just kind of waiting for things to ramp up. You have Nathan Moore, who is watching the coastline over towards Galveston, where the storm surge is going to be the most oppressive right now. You can actually get to see those waves there. Going to see an increase in that as we continue to go on, where we could see storm surge up to 6 feet, which is, of course, life-threatening. So if you're over here towards the coastline here, let's just hope you've pushed a little bit further inland. You don't have to go far, just a little further inland, so that way you can avoid the dangerous storm surge and the life-threatening flooding that could occur here. Another thing about this storm, it's not moving quite as fast as we've been seeing it move. We've been seeing this move at maybe more like 12 to 15 miles an hour, whereas before we were moving at about 15, or we were moving close to about 20. So, like I said, I still think there's a window for it to maybe make hurricane, but I think it's going to stay a high-end tropical storm personally at this point. Do also have webcams available to us to take a look at throughout the evening here. This is mainly going to be focused around Galveston. You can see the waves once again. It's a little bit better view of it. I'll kind of just be venturing around on these cameras from this point and just kind of waiting to see what happens next. This is towards St. Beach, by the way. Reception with this camera is a little bit sketchy. Can be expected with most of these most tropical systems and hurricanes. So you see this buffering. I'm experiencing that too, just so you know. We also have a camera over here towards Stewart Beach. Like I said, you can clearly see the waves Like I said, reception might be a little bit sketchy over there, so these cameras may lag a bit. This one's especially bad right now. And we can also look at the Moody Gardens Pyramid here, where just before sunset you can actually see a beautiful view of the storm clouds rolling in. We'll eventually start to see conditions deteriorate further towards these areas as Beryl continues to move in here. But this is our update on the storm right now. We're sitting at 70-mile-per-hour winds, slowed down all the way to 10 miles an hour with a movement to the north-northwest now. So that turn to the north is still ongoing. Like I said, if it makes hurricane, it's going to be at the last minute before it makes landfall. Seriously, don't think it even is going to make 80 miles an hour. I think it's going to be a minimal hurricane at best. I would not be surprised at all if this stays a maximized tropical storm here. Yep, even the most recent intensity forecast has it now at 75 again. Like I said, don't be surprised if it just stays a tropical storm. We're expecting landfall to occur right at about maybe 1 or 2 a.m. Central Time. So we're still just kind of waiting to see how things unfold from this point. Also have some music playing in a little bit here. We're just going to kind of wait and see what happens next. The most recent satellite scan, it does look a lot healthier than it once did. You can see a lot of convection, a lot of storms starting to fire around that center. So it is coming together pretty nicely. Get some music going in here and just kind of relax for a little bit. We wait and see how things unfold. Of course, we're going to be keeping an eye out for tornado warnings. If you have any sort of particular requests for any cameras, or if you're wondering about your area, if you're in the area of interest, definitely let me know in the chat. I'm trying to keep an eye out for is any any sort of tropical tornadoes right now. So we're looking at the wind velocity map. Anyone that might be wondering right now. Right now, I don't see any water spouts right now. We're gonna have to keep an eye out for those as we keep going forward here. There's some good news to be had there. Do have some we do have special marine warnings on the left side of the hurricane here, or tropical storm, excuse me. Interestingly enough, these are moving south, so they're going to be staying away from land here, though. Let's go back and cycle through some of these cameras here. Also get a look at the exact time Beryl might be making landfall here. Looks like that's 8 hours from now. Still saying that it maintains hurricane strength by 8 a.m. tomorrow. It could go past 75. Maybe it goes to 80. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not sure if I'm convinced with it either, though. We really need to work on our own personal playlist. I mean, this is one, but I'm trying to make some of my own. Let's go ahead and look at Seawall Beach again. See this little rain squall over the area right now. Can't really tell what's going on with the wind here. There's not as many pine trees over here in Texas, actually. Conditions aren't quite as suitable for those trees to exist there as they would be over somewhere like, let's say, Florida, over towards the Caribbean. Or maybe that's just the choice of the beach itself, though. Check Stewart Beach. Yeah, we're having a lot of problems with Stewart Beach right now. Here's some palm trees. Right now it's still pretty calm over here towards Galveston. I don't think this is going to be where the strongest concentration of wind is going to be at right now. I think just a little bit off to the south, I think, is going to be where the strongest winds are. Let's say over towards like Lake Jackson or something like that. It's going to be closer to where I think Bay City, Sweeney, Lake Jackson are going to be where the strongest winds end up being. I'm curious to see what kind of reports we end up getting. I think a lot of the chasers have their webcams off right now, though, so you're not going to see a whole lot out of them. We're just going to see a lot of wave action for the start of this. This guy's probably had a long trip getting down here. So as a result, they're probably resting up for a little bit before things really pick up. Anyone that's tuning in for the first time this evening, by the way, we're covering Tropical Storm Beryl now, as she's on final approach to make landfall in Texas. I'm thinking somewhere in between. I actually think I'm gonna go a little further east than what this main track is showing. I'm gonna say over towards Sweeney Lake, so somewhere near Cedar Lake is where I would expect the landfall to be. Cedar Lake, Texas. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. And also hit that share button if you could. Let's get this out to as many people as we can. Go take a look around Houston as well. See the clouds moving in right now. Houston's actually looking pretty dry at the moment, though. Some of these web cameras are down for maintenance, not necessarily down because of the weather. So we are a little bit limited, it looks like, unfortunately. Let's try and refresh this and see if we can't get these back up. I don't think maintenance is an issue with a couple of these, actually. Yeah, these are not working right now. Ugh. Checking to see right now if there's any need currently for potential tornado watch from the SBC. Right now, looks like there actually isn't a need, which is good news. Do have an area over here just off to the left of where the landfall is expected to occur, where there's a 5% chance of tornadoes tonight. Definitely not set in stone. Still a notable threat. I do think overnight the chance or the likelihood of a tornado watch being issued will increase. Seems like when this camera goes to nighttime or night mode, this camera Stuart Beach struggles a lot more. Like the pictures are just not any good. I checked this camera earlier when the sun was up. It was actually all right. Now it's just kind of horrendous. Looks like we're struggling with Seawall Beach 2. Wait, here it goes. Guess we'll be sticking with Radar Omega most of the night, it looks like, unless those cameras start to get better. I want to try to get a look over towards Freeport if it's at all possible, but I haven't been able to find any sort of live cameras over there. Apparently Storm Chaser Simon Brewer is out here. Oh wow. That is really cool. I grew up watching Simon Brewer. Obviously I can't show his feed for reasons, but it's pretty cool. We do have a view over towards West Street in Houston. I guess we can try and use that, but this 8 hour, we're still kind of out of position here. Not really much anything going on over there right now though, so we'll kind of keep things a little bit light. By the way, if you're just tuning in for the first time this evening, definitely make sure you're hitting that like button if you could. Be awesome. Also, if you could help us by hitting that subscribe button here on the channel, that'd be awesome too. We're gonna be here all night up until landfall, even a little bit after that. That's why we started late. We wanted to make sure that we will be here when it counts the most. I think I'm gonna take that full. I'm gonna take that view full here so we can get a better look at the waves. There are some palm trees and there's some wind action right there. Starting to get an increase in. We're starting to get an increase in the winds here finally. You can actually see the wave tops really good now. This is Nathan Moore that we're looking at, by the way. Be sure to show him some love if you could, too. Wow, look at those seas. That is an incredible view. Not much in the way of rain right now. It's really a lot of wind and a lot of surf. We are going to see conditions eventually go downhill over towards Galveston for the next couple hours for sure. Right now we're being spared a lot of the rain bands though. As you can see, Galveston is still right here, but the thing is that wind is actually being pushed onshore, so those waves are going to be pretty intense. The storm surge is going to be pretty solid at this point in time. It's going to remain that way even as the storm is making landfall. That's why the right front quadrant is often so dangerous. Because that counterclockwise spin, the winds are going to be pushing this way. So it's going to be funneling right into Galveston Bay. If this was an even stronger storm, it would be more alarming because the stronger the winds, the higher the surf. So while there could be a considerable amount of damage still from Beryl, it could be a lot worse. So there's a little positive spin for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at where the eye is right now in relation to the shores right now. Let's go and pause this loop real quick. Let's say that this is the eye. Not telling me exactly how far away that is. Try it again. There we go. So we're about 70 miles away from a landfall at this point in time. I think the eye's a little bit further ahead at this point, actually. I would say maybe it would be right about here, but still, I would say not that much different, about 70 miles. But that's dead center, though. The leading edge of the eye wall will probably be a little bit closer, about 50. Well, closer to 60. In any case, though, we still got a little ways to go before this storm moves in here. Oops. We'll just keep radar Omega on. Those other cameras aren't really looking like much of anything right now. We also got Brad Arnold available here too. He looks like he's starting to catch a little squall here. Shut up, Baconator. Really? It's not how it works, dude. You know this. You know this. Out here trolling first thing. Oh, storms in southern Oklahoma are really something right now, or they were. They aren't anymore. See those 70-mile-per-hour reports there? Don't give me that all man mess. You knew good and well what you were doing. I forgot about this camera over here. Little fun fact for you guys, by the way. Tropical hurricanes are not known for being lightning producers. Not unless they're really really strong. Not to say that Beryl is super weak, but if it was, let's say, a major hurricane, we would probably be seeing a little bit more in the way of lightning. Remember when we were covering Dahlia last year? It's pretty strong. Baconator, my trigger finger itches this morning, or this evening right now. My trigger finger is itchy. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna be here till technically morning, so I'm not entirely wrong, even though it's still 11:41. Literally with another 19 minutes, it technically will be morning. Sun will still be down though. That sounds like a you problem, man. That definitely sounds like a you problem. It's called off spray, man. You gotta use it. Use it or lose it. 'Cause that stuff actually does go bad after a while. So use it or lose it, man. Wow, there's not even severe thunderstorm warnings left over. Huh. It's weird. Okay, there we go. I don't know why OBS was kind of lagging on chat here. I mean, nothing's really been going on in it either, in all fairness, but... I don't want to know, dude. I don't want to know. I saw the conversation, and I don't want to know, man. I saw enough of it on Discord to not want to know anything else. Nah, man, that's too suggestive. You were showing. You were showing. No, I'm not gonna say it on stream because it's funny. But nah, man. You love those innuendos, and we're not getting into that here, man. We're not getting into that here. No, I do know what it is. I just wanted to keep the joke going, but since you want to ruin it, nah, you still don't get to tell me about it. How about that? We're keeping the joke going. We're still keeping the joke going. No, I know what it is. It's one of those little it's almost kind of like a weird like hot pocket type thing. Don't really know how to describe it, but to me it kind of like semi reminds me of like Jamaican beef patties, but well, no it doesn't. It's so weird. But yeah. Or maybe, yeah, I think of it as like a hot pocket, honestly. That's what it's called, technically, a beer rock? Wait, what? That's so weird. But yeah, I know what a runs is. Remember, I've been to Nebraska before, actually. I never had one, though. Oh, man. Eye's a little itchy today. I don't know why. Well, unfortunately, I never went. So, yeah, I don't know much more beyond it other than just a little bit of hearsay. If there was one towards Omaha, maybe I could have asked my brother about it, but my brother's usually busy, so I don't get to talk to him much. I don't get to talk to either of my brothers that much. All three of us are very busy people these days. The thing for you is trying to have ingredients within the runza that would be unique. That would be my thing. I would say just like try to find a sell point, but I'm pretty sure you already know that. A good selling point matters. So that's your choice and introduction, Isaiah. How interesting. Sounds freaking lovely, Baconator. 10 out of 10 would love to eat dust. Dang. You didn't have to do them like that. You didn't have to do him like that, Baconator. I wanted him to have a chance to reflect before you did that, but he only had like 5 seconds. He only had 5 seconds to reflect. This seems like some Tony Baker style nonsense. Oh no. And here's the part where the chat descends into chaos. Favorite part of the stream. No, both of you bring your own brand of madness to all of this. I play no favorites. Shoot. Actually, Contingent's is sick right now. He needs to rest up. He has COVID. Sorry, guys. CC, Isaiah, I'm the one that's gonna tell you to sit back and reflect on what you just said. CC, I'm the one. Well, and reflection is over because Baconator said so. Baconator pulling Stone Cold Steve Austin from the 90s type moves. Nope, I'm not drunk at all. I actually haven't had a beer in a couple of days, actually. Yeah, that was a pretty bad sneeze, and it snuck up on me, too. That was the worst part. I was just like, yeah, like, that actually made my nose burn even a little bit. Like, that was really bad. Well, I'm trying to take it easy right now. I mean, there's nothing, we're getting a pretty good look at the waves right now. You guys are doing too much. I'm just trying to relax a little bit. I mean, it's not an awful situation right now. I mean, it's not a major hurricane we're dealing with. So, just chilling. Just like you guys are trying to do whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so Isaiah, I need you to look up not the definition, but the population of where you're referring to. How many people do they have there? That sneeze did not take out that many people. It may have just taken out maybe 8 people's eardrums. And it would have been better if I actually had, saw it coming. But it was one of those few times where I didn't. 'Cause I feel like I normally do a better job of trying to avoid all that. But hey, it is what it is. I could have been like Shrek and just said better out than in. Yeah, that's what I thought, Baconator. Retract the message. Good boy. Oh, man. You can't talk about weird with as many innuendos as you use on Discord, man. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. You cannot talk about weird. Like, you use innuendos when you don't even mean to, man. And that's the worst part. See, that's the worst part. You're a minor saying that to adults. I can also do something that'll make you definitely need hearing aids. Want me to do it? And it might alter. I might end up also like taking your soul partially. Hi, Isaiah. This is what you wanted, right? You two-face. No, I'm not gonna make the whole stream about trying to do Will Ramos style vocals. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not that kind of egomaniac. I do have an ego, but not much of one. You wish you were move. Not even in your wildest dreams. I can't even do that. Well, there you go, Isaiah. This is what you wanted. You got what you wanted. You won the game, man. Congratulations. Don't say no now. That sounds really awkward. Yeah, you literally asked for it. If you're looking for a tropical depression, I can refer you to a southwestern therapist. Or better yet, I could refer you to a Saharan therapist. Ooh, better one. This one's even closer. Death Valley therapist. Yeah, I can refer you to a Death Valley therapist, so that way you should be good. Yeah, I mean, it's Atlanta, so of course that's a thing. Baconator, I swear you have an alter ego, dude. Like, you'll say some nonsense and then you'll ask what the heck just happened after the fact. Nah, you knew what you typed. Don't give me that. You know you have no business forming your own clouds. Well, we can't use this camera over here. It's Stewart Beach. 'Cause we can't see anything. At least not any waves. It's all rain. Well, that's actually Seawall Beach, not Stewart Beach. Stewart Beach doesn't really work all that well with the camera right now. You might want to fix that, Baconator. That's probably part of why your keyboard's messing up, even though I think you're doing that on purpose still anyway. 'Cause you do that all the time. It's eerie how calm it is over here right now. Well, how did water get under your screen protector? That's my question. What, did you jump in the pool? With your phone? At this moment, yes, you are a doofus. How do you drop it in the water while you're fishing, dude? How do you drop your phone in the water while you're fishing? What, did you just decide to hold it while you were casting out your line or something? Like, I don't understand that. What, you were trying to do like a little Instagram selfie all at the same time or something? Just like, hey guys, look at me. I'm fishing. I'm stunting on you fools, casting the line halfway across a 10-foot lake. Do you take your phone into the bathroom with you before you take a shower, like to play the music? So we only get one camera from Houston. The fail is complete with you. Gotta make sure you keep it in your pocket. Of course, children waiting in the water. And the water got troubled too to go with it. Of course. Daggone it, Baconator. Oh, yeah. You went greedy and then you paid for it. You're lucky your phone's still working. Because usually once you get that water in past that screen protector, you're on borrowed time. And forget what they say about the rice technique, it doesn't always work. Hey, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Just because it's advertised it is water resistant doesn't always mean it is water resistant. It's water resistant to a point. But if you're gonna storm chase though, water resistance your best bet. Fair point. Very well said. Yeah, I'm tired too, Baconator. And this is even after I took a nap. I just didn't get enough rest, which kind of sucks. Because we're going to be here for a while. But we're not passing out on stream again. That's still a decent depth. Are catfish supposed to have orange on them like that? That's the question you should be asking yourself, sir. Hey, look, severe thunderstorm warnings. Most likely in Colorado. Yep. There's one in Texas. You should be asking why then. Why does my fish have freaking orange on it, man? That is a huge red flag. That is a no-no, man. A nice little line of storms here. Partial albinism. Seriously? Albinism? Really? I hope that you're joking too. I feel like that's an actual term though. What the heck, man? I did not think that would actually be a thing with fish. Then again, wait, I take that back. That actually could be a thing. Yeah. Yeah, I do take that back. Yeah, that actually can be a thing in fish. All those freshwater areas aren't so very fresh, are they? Gotta have these people. We gotta get these people to stop dumping. Let's go ahead and look at and see what Brad Arnold is doing. Just going through another rain ban. Alright, so the next update on Beryl should be coming in within the next couple hours. It could actually end up being a little bit sooner. Really depends on what the hurricane hunters are doing. And I stand corrected. They just decided to do one now, and now Beryl is officially a hurricane again. Yeah, I don't think you heard me say it's like, wait, I do take that back. I mean, I know what albinism is. I just don't think I've ever really seen that down here, surprisingly, and that's even living in the city. Well, I've never caught a fish with a case of that, at least. I've heard of it. With the places that I used to fish at, they were, the fish were very healthy, so never really had any, never really had those kinds of issues, actually, which is a blessing. But this just in, Beryl has made it back to hurricane strength as of this last update from an hour ago. Now down to a central pressure of 985 millibars. Still moving off to the north-northwest at 10 miles an hour. Are you sure it's natural? I've heard mixed opinions on that. So I don't really know what to make of it. I'm not willing to get into that too heavily either. I'll let my nephew figure stuff like that out. Because I think he's trying to become a marine biologist. I'm amazed at how dry it still is out here right now. Let's go take a look at the latest update here. Let's go ahead and refresh this. Okay, so this has not come in yet on the National Hurricane Center page. try it one more time. Oh. Oh. Okay, that was weird. Alexa, room on? Why does it keep going off? It's the second time it's done that today. So weird. So I guess on the full advisory this will come in. Yeah, it's gonna probably take like another hour for that to come in. Let's go ahead and take a look at Beryl on satellite now. Up there it is, and you can see the eye pretty clearly now. Still got a good ways to go before the landfall happens, but that is looking pretty menacing though, if I'm being honest. Okay, so I've got an idea for a voting poll here. Alright, here comes the poll. Simple yes or no question. Do you think Beryl will go beyond 75 mile per hour winds before landfall? Well, it's different from the catfish that we have here, so. We're not going to get into an argument about fish. Uh-oh, got a little special marine warning here. This is probably for a water spout. I think Brad Arnold's going to be in perfect position for this one, too. Moving northwest at 35 knots. So about 30 miles an hour. Or actually, I would say. Actually, it would be a little bit faster than that possibly. Tornado watch. I haven't seen any such thing about a tornado watch. That is news to me. Oh, it just got issued. That's why. And it's literally the same color as a tropical storm warning on Radar Omega. That's probably the other reason why I didn't know. Yeah, just along the coast here, over towards Galveston and Houston. They just issued the tornado watch just a matter of minutes ago. Tornado watch 513 in effect until 10 a.m. So we have to be on the lookout for a couple tornadoes and possibly some damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, of course. Let's go and check this little squall out. It's tail end Charlie. Not a strong rotation signal, thankfully. I'd have to ask my dad, but unfortunately I cannot ask him, so. He told me the story long ago, and I don't think it was orange, actually. I think it was a different color. I think it was like green or something. I'm not gonna get into that, like I said, because it looks like we got some business about to pick up here. Very weak sign of rotation, but still something there possibly. We might see a water spout sneak its way onto shore here. Especially if this ramps up, which it very well can, with that amount of friction that we can get on shore with the combined low-level winds we already got from the hurricane itself. Look up something really quickly while I'm at it. Watch this camera here on the bottom end of your screen. There could be a possible tropical tornado occurring here. See signs of very weak rotation, but nonetheless, you're not going to see these super robust radar signatures most of the time whenever these sneak on shore. First bathroom break might be coming up shortly too. So there's something on my checklist real quick before we get moving again. let's get back to this. I'm trying to figure out what we can do next in the meantime, while we continue to wait for this thing to make landfall. Right now we're playing the waiting game with this little special marine warning. So looking at the vote here, we got a 50-50 spread. Looks like it's 2 votes. One says yes, one says no. Fair. Not trying to trick anybody this evening. What I am about to do is go take a little restroom break here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Barely hear this though. That's the only issue I got right now. Well, I can figure out the main riff pretty quick. Song's already over though. Oops. See if I can do this. Uh-oh. Be right back. Sorry about that. I saw something crawl into my room. I had to get rid of it real quick. We're good now, though. I don't know where the heck it came from. Well, I know it came from outside. When you live next to the river, you can tend to get pretty good. You can tend to get some creepy crawlies every once in a while, even if you keep it clean. Not perfectly clean. Hey, there's some lightning there, but yeah, it's definitely unsettling. I'm gonna do a little bit of detailing here when I get the chance. Well, looks like that rotation definitely fizzled out here. Not unexpected, but you know. It's just one of those things. Anyone that's just now tuning in by chance, we're just awaiting the landfall of Beryl here. Beryl has made it back to a hurricane at this point. We're going to be seeing an increase in deteriorating weather conditions over in the area near Galveston and Houston as time goes on. Houston itself right now is still pretty dry. Galveston is starting to catch more and more in the way of rain bands as time goes on here. The wind is starting to pick up. The storm surge is going to be the most impressive thing that we have so far in Galveston. We'll have to watch for that tornado threat as time goes on, though, as well. Do have a tornado watch that has been put in effect for the area until 10 a.m. tomorrow, or 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. It's still 11:30 Central Time over there in Texas, so we're waiting to see what happens with that. I think we're still a couple of hours away from actual landfall occurring with this storm here. Could be, I'd actually say more like 3 hours maybe. Could even be later than that. The storm's forward speed has been slowing down as we've continued to go on here. This most recent update, the forward speed is now 10 miles an hour to the north-northwest. The center circulation is right about here, I would say. So like I said, we don't have far to go, but there's still a little ways to go before we get to land here. A lot to keep track of here as we continue to go forward. We have had a couple of squalls actually produce tornadoes a little earlier today as well on the eastern side of Beryl here. This is towards East Texas, towards Beaumont, where we had a tornado report earlier today. We will likely see an increase in tornado probabilities tomorrow. Not to say that we can't get any tonight, but with the daytime heating, I do think we'll have an increased chance once more. I wonder if I could learn this one. Be right back. messed it up. My first time trying this. Okay, I'll have to practice this one more. Well, that was a fail. Ain't nobody even here, dude. Fuck this shit. I'm sick of Baconator too. Sure.